Next, Foyzul Hassan from Inosis, as QA engineer at Inosis. And your topic is comment sensibly, right? Okay, thank you. Hi everyone, I'm Foyzul Hassan. My topic name comment sensibly, and I would like to describe about some common comments that make our bug life cycle quite a bit long. So first comment, it's not a bug. Why it's not a bug? In some cases developer is confident that it's not a bug. In some cases bug reporting is not proper. And another common problem is that our requirement and documentation, that's not also clear. And what should we do to avoid this type of comment? First of all, analyze the bug in depth, and this is true for both QA and developer. And another thing is report the bug with more clear description so that developer can understand the bug easily and validate requirement. And here is an example of it's not a bug. The example is that a PDF report that shows information correctly, but it takes 5 minutes to open the report. But after reporting this as a bug, developer may comment that, oh, this is not a bug. It has a process lot of data, so it's okay. But if you think in terms of usability, then definitely it's a problem. You should think in terms of the user. Next comment, you cannot reproduce. Another frequently used comment in between developer and QA. So why cannot reproduce? And the first reason is bug description and steps may not clear enough. So sometimes it's very difficult for a developer to produce the bug. And another thing is, in some cases developer doesn't like to follow the steps to produce the bug. And another issues are like development and testing PC environment difference. And they are using different version of source code. And what should we do to avoid this? First of all, bug description should be clear, and we should give the shortest path and easiest path through which developer can produce the bug, and for developers try to follow the steps so that you can produce the bug. And another thing, in order to avoid source version related problem, we can include source division in the bug report. And here is an example of cannot reproduce. It's a common example that an installer running well on development PC but fails to run on testing PC. And why it's happening? There is a manual third-party DLL that is included manually in development PC, but it's not working on testing PC because in testing PC that DLL is not included. So cannot reproduce doesn't mean that there is no bug or it's there can be a bug and we should take care of that. And next comment, it will never happen. This type of comment normally arises for some sort of tricky situation that the developer thinks that yes, this scenario will not happen ever. And QA engineer, and for QA engineer, they represented the bug in unrealistic manner. So after getting the bug, developer thinks that, oh, this is not a this is very unusual scenario and it will never happen. So what should we do to avoid this type of comment? First of all, we should think in prospect to a user. QA engineer should represent the bug in realistic manner so that the developer accept that and try to fix that. Here is an example of it will never happen. The example is that in a web-based application, it takes a long time to complete the transaction. But QA engineer, unplugged network cable, to check the atomicity of a database. The developer may comment that why you do this? It's not a valid scenario. But if we think that our network cable is disconnected for various reasons, so it may happen, and we should take care of this issue. And next comment: lot of changes required to fix the bug. Here, developer accepted the bug but doesn't like to fix it now because he thinks that it's a time-consuming or less priority bug, or fixing this bug may open another bug, and a lot of things. And what should we do to avoid this? Try to describe for a QA engineer, try to describe severity of the bug, and changes should be documented. So fix risk areas can be identified. And we should maintain design documents so that the developer can make changes. And here is an example of lot of changes required to fix the bug. The example is that in an application, date format is not according to the requirement. After reporting this as a bug, developer may comment that a lot of changes required so I fix it later. But if we think in terms of user, in different countries, date format is different and it may have a very bad impact on user end. So we should fix it. And next comment, it's according to the document. In some cases, we think that document is everything, and what is written in document is all. But there can be bug in requirement of documentation. So, and the reasons may be developer or QA may not understand the document well, or document may not be clear enough or ambiguous and may not update it. What should we do? For both QA and developer, I think we should understand the requirement and try to figure out the best concept and validate requirements. There is an example. It's according to the document. The example is
You finally gave up. You're a tester, you're not supposed to give up. Alright, okay. So, tough life being a tester, right? You gotta convince people that it's a bug and say it's not a bug and all that. So, how are you liking it? How are you liking your job?
this type of comment is very challenging. Developer tells, oh, this is not a bug, why you reported that? So, some sort of bargaining between developer and QA that becomes very common. It's a bug. Alright, Q&A.
The first example is you are saying that it takes long time to load, right? So it's the problem with the processing, right? So is it bug or it should be like future development or enhancement or enhancement process?
There may be a code bug where it's taking unnecessary time to or it can be an enhancement that is the algorithm is not very fast, so we can update my algorithm. There may be some pitfall in the algorithm, so we should look after that and then we should take decision why it is taken time.
You have also said that sometimes stage you solve from the bug before, you minimize the stage. For some reason, when the scenario is complex, then the bug otherwise how do you minimize the stage?
I think I told this for suppose a bug that can be generated in two scenarios. And we should give the shortest scenario and the easiest scenario so that the developer can produce it easily. And if there is no other scenario, so I will definitely give the
okay, so you have reported three bugs. Sometimes this happens that when developer fixes one bug, the other two bugs and because of the three bugs generated because of the only for the one bug. So that time what you will do? What is your answer? Because you are not you cannot reproduce the bug, right?
I think the best way is to put the bug in three reports so that I can track which bug has fixed and which not fixed. So something short.
Actually, I am saying that you have reported three bugs. The developer fixed one bug. So because of the one bug has been fixed, the other bug comes on. Dependency, the two bugs depend on the one bug. So that time what you will do? What is your answer?
We should, first of all, we should read the issue or the bug report. What was the three bugs? And we should check the three individual bugs that is fixed or not. So fixing one bug may fix another two bugs. That's another issue. But the main target of who should be all three bugs are fixed.
Okay, thank you very much.
I just disagree with one answer. He asked about the performance. I just want to share this thing. He just asked that the performance issue, I was a bug or enhancement. I think definitely it's a bug because if you consider it according to the requirement, then definitely in any standard application, it should have some loading time or should have some processing time, right? So if you compare that with standard application and you find that your application is behaving very abnormally, then definitely for your end user it's a very surprising issue and you don't accept your software. And whenever your end user is not accepting the software, so definitely from the QA side or testing side, you must portray the feature that if you implement the loading issue or processing issue in this such manner, my client will not accept that. So it's a bug. It's not enhancement. Maybe you can fix it after 2 years, 3 years, that's a different issue, but we should highlight this to the management team that if you deliver your software in this manner, then Microsoft Word is doing that very easily, but my software is not doing that. So who will buy my software? No one will buy my software. So definitely that's bug. That's one issue. And another, I want to comment about that, the last question, that was that if the developer fixed one bug, and probably for that fix, already reported 3 bugs are fixed. We should definitely check that each and every bugs are fixed by that fix. Is it not or not? But also definitely we need to make sure that changes or impacts of that changes, because if a change can fix 1 known bugs, 2 unknown bugs, then definitely it can create also 3 or 4 new bugs. So definitely we need to apply the regression or scenarios to make sure that this fix, developer is fully convinced that this fix is the absolute fix to fix those 3 problems, or it's magic. The developing is not magic. It should be sensibly, right? So according to me, these were 2 comments on these issues.
I just want to share from your point of view, that is, we are minimizing the path of defect from path of attack.
Sorry, please.
What I'm saying is we are convincing developer that this is a bug, right? So while convincing, one thing we have to make sure, that is, first of all, reproducing. And the second thing is, whenever we are reporting bugs, then we need to make sure that the bug is reproducing. And the second thing is minimizing the path. I need to say we have reported a bug, but the path is very long. Minimizing the path.
That's your point basically. So you want a bug report with very shortest path, steps to reproduce, so that it's easier to understand for the developer. That's basically what you want. So what's the question?
The question is, we are reporting. I mean to say, we have to sell this. If we prepare something and unable to sell, that means it's worthless. So we have to sell our bugs. And how to sell? Convincing developers.
So what's your question? He's basically asking, he gave a solution that what making steps to reproduce is small. I mean, making steps to reproduce, making it brief is one way. Is there any way to convince your developers to actually give serious thought about the bugs and, you know, maybe the way you write it?
I think another way is that describe the severity, that if this bug exists, what will be the impact on the user end. So if this has a very bad impact on the user end, definitely developer or management will take care of this issue. So this is another way to describe the severity of the bug. Okay.
I think it's a long answer to that. You can post it at sqbt.com. Go to the mailing list. All right, SQT mailing list. Post your questions and hopefully the name of Foyzul and others will.
One question. I posted.
Oh, you will? Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Big hand for Foyzul. We're just a little bit over.